again.
A stark contrast just 6 days later, as Governor Ducey acknowledges the rise in cases is due to more than just testing and says the state needs to take steps to turn those numbers around. To our knowledge, the last time the governor wore a mask in front of media was for the president's visit in early May. Today, he walked in today's briefing with one along with members of his staff. He also answered the call of city and county leaders to allow them to set their own rules when it comes to wearing masks. Mayors from Flagstaff to Nogales already acting on the opportunity to amend their emergency declarations to include masks.
But the masks are just one measure, just one step in the ongoing fight against COVID-19 here in Arizona. From testing to contact tracing, the governor outlined some steps we're taking. We're going to walk you through all of those after a look at where we stand today. More than 1,800 new cases reported today, bringing the statewide total to nearly 41,000. The deaths of 20 more Arizonans also reported. And to be clear, remember, that doesn't mean this all happened in the last 24 hours. By the way, we only have 6,700 recoveries to report to you. If you still say you don't know anyone who has COVID-19, you might now. Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb says he tested positive for the virus when he was screened for a White House event yesterday. He believes he came in contact with the infected person at a campaign event last Saturday. Sheriff Lamb says, as a law enforcement official and elected leader, we do not have the luxury of staying home. This line of work is inherently dangerous, and that is a risk we take when we sign up for the job. The Pinal County Health Department is now working to track down anyone the sheriff was with.
6 days is what it took for the governor to change his mind on giving local control to cities and counties to mandate and enforce masks and to see that our numbers are going up. The governor saying several times that cases and trends are going in the wrong direction, and he says if you go out, wear a mask. ABC 15 reporter Nicole Gregg live in Phoenix with the new moves to hopefully slow this spread.
And Steve, the governor was asked directly today if he's taking responsibility for mistakes. The governor saying we safely were in phase 1 when we started to reopen. He said, I'm sure I made mistakes. You guys like to write about it, referring to the press. The governor walking in with a mask for the first time to his own press conference. He was asked what changed in the past 6 days for him to give local control and enforcement for masks. He never answers directly.
A directive or a mandate is only as good as the compliance that you have.
To slow the spread along with masks, the governor says more public education is coming out, and he's calling on 300 National Guard members to start contact tracing.
If you do get contacted by public health, please answer the call. They have information for you about someone who is tested positive.
Also, businesses must now establish and implement social distancing. The governor saying it will be enforced. As for hospital capacity, a record number of COVID-19 metrics still. But the top public health director saying this.
I think that our hospitals, they are not in a crisis standards of care mode.
And we asked her about her oath as a doctor to do no harm and prevent versus treat whenever possible.
Is there more guidance that the governor needs to hear from you since you're our top expert?
We've been working very closely together to implement the mitigation strategies, and hopefully today you see we're strengthening them.
As for reopening safely and per the CDC guidelines, ASU's modeling and research team came out with a new report today saying Arizona never met phase 1 of the criteria. I asked the governor who is lying, him or them. He responded saying different people see the data in different ways. Live in Phoenix, Nicole Gregg, ABC 15, Arizona.